So, Matt, as you've heard, the company's beaten on earnings per share, but not surprisingly, I guess, the market is putting more weight on the guidance, which looks like a big miss, and the stock is down about 5%. What's your early reaction here?
Yeah, I mean, a lot of times it depends on what the management has to say. Expectations were high going into the report. As you noted, it was up quite a bit, almost back to where it was pre the outage in July. So, expectations were high going in, but I think a lot of it's going to depend on kind of the qualitative view. The company had previously been pretty conservative in their forward views coming out of the outage, and I presume that's going to be part of it. But a lot of it, will depend on I think management's commentary about demand trends and things of that nature.
Coming into these results, some work done by Bloomberg News, quoting analysts who covered the stock, said that the lingering effects of its outage were a factor, and that the company may have struggled again to attract new business. Is that your view as well?
Yeah, the company had implemented quite a few initiatives to help reduce the prospect of customer churn. They had introduced some free, effectively, credits for customers through the first couple months of post the outage. A lot of those have been received well by customers. There's obviously been a ton of focus on the innovation side. Crowdstrike, like a lot of software vendors, are putting a ton of effort into artificial intelligence and things of that nature. So despite the outage, they continue to invest heavily in kind of all things cyber, but specifically AI.
Okay, I'm with your comments on the guidance in mind, that qualitative commentary might be key here. I'm not seeing any of that yet. I have the CrowdStrike news release on my screen. There is a large outlook section, but it's all numbers, and some of the numbers we've told viewers already. Earnings per share in the first quarter to top out at 66 cents. Total revenue in the quarter to top out at $1.1 billion or so. There is a conference call coming. That call is set for 5 p.m. Eastern time today. What do you think are the key questions that yourself and other analysts might want to put to the company?
Yeah, they typically don't talk about annual ARR in the press release, and so I think a lot of the questions are going to be, what is the company's forward view on ARR? Because I think the cadence of that will certainly be important. And often dictate, I think, how the company's feeling about kind of early year prospects. So ARR is going to be a key focus. I think, how well some of the free flex dollars, how they have been received, the potential impact on churn, and then, traction on newer products, like a lot of their AI products. They've got a brand new AI initiative called Charlotte AI, which has shown up well in a lot of our checks and a lot of the field work that we've done. And so, I think there's going to be a lot of commentary that's going to be important when management begins the conversation here.
Has the equity market put the outage behind it as of the middle portion of February? So just 3 weeks or so ago, the stock was trading at a significantly higher price than before the outage began. And there's an after-hours look. The stock is down close to 6% in after-hours. But as I said, in mid-February, the stock had rallied to $453 and change US. That was significantly more than the price before the outage occurred last summer.
Correct. Yeah. Listen, it was a difficult situation the company was put into. We think they had quite a bit of honesty that they portrayed to the public markets. I think this is only the second quarter that they've reported post the outage. The first quarter was the October quarter that was better than expected at the time. So the view from the broader investment community was this was starting to be in the rearview mirror of the company, and that we were moving into a new fiscal year and new products and new spending initiatives. And so, I think the tone around the impact of the outage and churn is going to be one of the more important topics when management starts their call.
Matt, thank you very much for joining us today. Managing Director of Software at RBC Capital Markets and an analyst who covers CrowdStrike.